Today, can I change my vote? Seemed to be trending earlier today, which would be your calendar Tuesday rather than your morning Wednesday. So shout out to you guys and a little bit more to come up. Hi, everybody. Welcome to this Moonlight Flash, and it is indeed a flash. Hope you guys are doing well out there. And I am not going to take up too much time. There's just a couple of things that occurred earlier today that I didn't quite get to. So, hope you guys are doing well out there. Shout out to the loyal patrons Derek C. Williams, Killer Will Channels, The Definition of Anarchy, Chrysler Imperial H, Let the Truth Be Told, Cold War Jesus, AZ Infidel, and Anthony Scioli. Hi, Anthony Scioli. Thank you so much for coming in. Hope you're doing well on this Wednesday morning. It's Wednesday for everybody at this point. So I just had a couple of things I wanted to get into today. Hope you guys are doing well. For one, can I change my vote was trending earlier today. And we'll get into that story as well as our other stories or other lead stories will come from a follow-up on the confirmation of ACB. That's Amy Coney Barrett. Of course, count on the rhinos, your favorite rhinos. You might guess who it is this time, who voted against ACB. And let's see, we have maybe one other story. But yeah, also we have the 60 Minutes. We have Miss Harris in 60 Minutes, her 60 Minutes appearance. And yeah, so that's just about it. If we have time for anything else, we'll go for it. Shout out to Anthony Scioli and hi, Teddy Bear 1. This is how am I streaming right now? Well, you're looking at it. Thanks so much for coming in. I appreciate it. So what we're going to do is, how about we take a look at, let's see, what are we, like 7 days? I think we're like 7 days away from this election cycling down on some level. So we're going to let's go with the can I change my vote first. And then we'll keep going from there. Hope you guys are doing well out there. So actually we have a follow-up story that it's actually going to come. We'll take that lead from Fox News. This is not my vetted source, but we'll go there because Fox has evolved quite a bit. So this one is, can I change my vote? Trends on Google, what you need to know. And here, I'll share the screen with you guys. Hope you guys are doing well out there. I'm not sure if you guys have voted or not, but this is going to be the most entertaining, the most eventful election cycle ever. So this is more than 59 million Americans have cast their ballots ahead of November 3rd. As you can see here, let's see, I'll give you the verbiage and then we might do a follow-up on an actual imagery there. More than 59 million Americans have already cast their ballots ahead of Election Day, but some might be wondering if they can change that vote, according to Google Trends. So I don't know if you guys were on Google today or if you're one of those people, but according to this, the Google searches of the phrase, quote, can I change my vote, peaked Tuesday morning in the U.S. around 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. One of the subregions where the phrase began trending at one point was in Delaware. The state Democratic presidential nominee, Joe Biden, represented in the Senate for 36 years. Other subregions included battleground states such as Maine, Pennsylvania, Florida, Ohio, Michigan, North Carolina, Iowa, Wisconsin, Arizona, according to trend data at various points throughout Tuesday morning. So, according to this, while most states do not allow voters to change their early votes, there are some that do with restrictions. So, I'm not sure. So, for example, here it says in New York, if you have submitted an absentee ballot, but you change your mind, you can show up to your polling place during early voting or on election day and cast a vote. In which case the absentee ballot is set aside and not counted according to the state board of elections. So, I would imagine if that's possible to do, it might be a nightmare, a logistical nightmare. So, not sure if that applies to anyone here, but thank you so much, guys, for coming in. So, we're actually going to move on. This is just a brief flash stream here. I know it's super late. I know it's, what is it, 12:30? It's 12 something on the West Coast and well, almost 1 and almost 4 a.m. on the East Coast. So thanks so much for tuning in. If you're driving by, not sure if you're coming in, thanks so much for considering. So what I will do is I will take you to the 60-minute story really quickly here. These are just a couple of key things I wanted to get in and I didn't get them in, so I'm just going to do them anyway. Shout out to everybody in the stream. So let's just have a look. Let's have a word from Kamala Harris. Let's see, see how many. Can you count the laughs?
Somebody said that, and it actually was Mike Pence on the debate stage. But
yeah, well, actually.
Okay, so you can count that as number one. The definition, you're here. I know it's late, so I don't know. I'm cruising for a late night bruising, I guess. Oh, I appreciate you for coming in. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna go to the next one. Let's see. I promised a Moonlight stream, so I had to deliver. So here's take 2.
Lived experience as it relates to any issue that we confront. And I promised Joe that I will give him that perspective and always be honest with him.
And is that a socialist or progressive perspective?
No.
Okay, if you're out there, if you're counting, I'm not sure what number you're on, but I know what number I'm on. So we'll go to the final, to the as much of it as I could take. I mean, this was like only 2 or 3 minutes of this, and I had to be like done. But here you go. Couldn't do the whole 60 minutes.
Of a woman who grew up a Black child in America, who was also a prosecutor, who also has a mother who arrived here at the age of 19 from India, who also, likes hip hop. Like, what do you want to know?
All right, so there you had at least 3 robust laughs in less than 2 minutes. And of course, the Victocrat card had to come out. Like, did you hear that description? I'm a child. I mean, any moment she was going to start hyperventilating. You guys know that hyperventilation that kids do. I mean, it's natural for some people, but it just, I don't know. I can't take much more of that. That's a bit much. So shout out to to Anthony Scioli, Teddy Bear One, and the definition of anarchy. Thank you so much for all that you do. And Cooking NMO, thank you so much for coming in. It's nice to see you. So yeah, so that was just a little classic, I didn't like I said, I wasn't gonna play the whole thing because it's, just the amount of laughing, it's excruciating because she's like certified some kind of hyena or something. But I did find somebody that does that almost as good as she does it, if not better. So let me bring you that. Hope you guys are doing well out there and that you are well on your Wednesday morning. And I tried to deliver because I said I would. So let me take you to somebody that did that, that can do an impersonation much better than I can. So I'm going to share that with you in just a second. So shout out to everybody that's in the stream. I really appreciate it. Once again, hope you guys are doing well. It has been a long day. A lot's going on. It's like we're never short on, I don't know what to say, debauchery, or it's just, it's okay. Sorry about the noise there, guys. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this, share this is what I think the perfect impersonation. I couldn't have done it better myself. Okay. So this is another YouTuber. So, yeah, but I'm gonna let you see this was a pretty good impersonation, like much better than I could do. So here we go. Hope you guys are doing well out there. Shout out to you, the definition of anarchy. Appreciate you for coming in. Okay. Shadow banning. Shadow banning is real. Let's see. Okay. Just one more second. One more. I promise you won't be disappointed with this one. It was pretty good. Pretty good, I have to say. Okay. All right. So let's see if we can take it from here. Not that one. Okay. Oops. That's not the right one. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry for the delays. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to get the right screen here, and let me know what you think. All right, so back to Kamala Harris.
People don't usually try to talk about. I don't know why they don't talk about their dad. I guess if it's something negative and it's not going to benefit them, why talk about it? Hey, check this out. Anybody see? Whoa, boy! I tell you, man. Did anybody see the 60-minute interview with Kamala Harris? Lady sits down, reporter. She has a question. Okay, you have the most liberal voting record, and you are considered the most liberal senator ever in American history. Kamala Harris' response. Are you going to answer the question? Yeah. Okay, next question. Senator Harris, you are also considered a socialist. Okay, what's your answer to the question? So you are the most liberal and the most socialist senator in the history of the United States of America. Okay, I promised Joe that I would bring my perspective and be the most honest with him. This was part of the deal that I could be. Are you serious? Are you really serious? And this is going to be the next president? Because we all know that they're going to invoke the 25th Amendment with incompetent Joe. You know, Joe Biden running for the office of senator against the president, George Bush, in 2020. I'm telling you, this is a setup to put that woman in the White House. I wonder if it's going to work or not. That's the key. Is it going to work? Well, we're going to see, ain't we?
All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning into this segment of Black's. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sorry about that. But yeah, that was I couldn't have done it better myself. I'm just thinking either he rehearsed that or either he was but before I knew it, I was just laughing at the way he was laughing. It took on this whole kind of Rafiki from The Lion King. It was just, I don't know, but to me, it was spot on. I mean, I played you my selected clips, but hey, why not? Why don't you can see for yourself. I'll give it to you in an organic form. Shout out to the Definition of Anarchy. Thank you so much for coming in, and Cooking in a Mo, Anthony Scioli. I appreciate you guys for coming in, or even if you just get a little laugh or something going on at this late hour. But it's like the later I stay up, it's like it's kind of hard to shut down, a little harder to shut down. So shout out to everybody in the stream. Okay, so this is only going to be a 2-minute. It's only going to be a 2-minute clip on this one, but it'll be worth your while. So not to worry. So I'm just going to mute this commercial here, and then I'll bring it right to you. Hope you guys are doing well. Okay, so here we go. We'll see if this rings a bell. Okay.
Very different in the policies that you've supported in the past. You're considered the most liberal United States senator.
Somebody said that, and it actually was Mike Pence on the debate stage. But
yeah, well, actually, the nonpartisan GovTrack has rated you as the most liberal senator. You supported the Green New Deal. You supported Medicare for all. You've supported legalizing marijuana. Joe Biden doesn't support those things. So are you going to bring the policies, those progressive policies that you supported as senator, into a Biden administration?
What I will do, and I promise you this, and this is what Joe wants me to do, this was part of our deal. I will always share with him my lived experience as it relates to any issue that we confront. And I promised Joe that I will give him that perspective and always be honest with him.
And is that a socialist or progressive perspective?
No. No, it is the perspective of a woman who grew up a Black child in America, who was also a prosecutor, who also has a mother who arrived here at the age of 19 from India, who also, likes hip hop. Like, What do you want to know?
Well, I want to give you the opportunity to address this, because at the Republican National Convention,
Yeah.
President Trump made the case that Joe Biden is going to be nothing more than a Trojan horse for socialist policies, for the left wing of the Democratic Party. Are you going to push those policies when you're vice president of the
I
United
am
States?
not going to be confined to Donald Trump's definition of who I or anybody else is. And I think America has learned that that would be a mistake.
So just to button that up, because you have fought for Medicare for all. That's not something that Joe Biden supports. If you become vice president, would you say to a President Biden, you know what, we should really be pushing for Medicare for all, not a public option. That's just not going to do it. That's not my value.
I would not have joined the ticket if I didn't support what Joe was proposing. And so our plan includes expanding on everything that Joe, together with President Obama, created with the Affordable Care Act. By contrast, you have Donald Trump, who's in court right now trying to get rid of a policy that brought healthcare to over 20 million people, including protecting people with pre-existing conditions. And he's doing it in the middle of a pandemic that has killed over 215,000 Americans.
All right, now that was a little bit bizarre. But yes, as you can see that I don't think the example that I played you was far off. In fact, I think if we had listened any longer, we would have heard even more of that kind of hysterical laughter out of somebody that's running for president of the United States. I mean, vice president, which was it's a Freudian slip for me. Now I'm slipping into naming Harris as the president. So, okay. So I guess I'm allowed one of those after hours. I'm allowed one of those. So shout out to everybody in the stream. And let's see, we'll take maybe one more. All right. So what I was telling you earlier was that, of course, we can count on, if you're doing the left-right paradigm, you want to go with the rhinos, you can count on rhinos, because we did have a rhino that actually voted against ACB, and it wasn't Mitt Romney. So I don't know, maybe you guys want to venture a guess as to who it was, but it was not Mitt Romney, okay? Not this time. He's actually been he's actually favored the confirmation, and I was actually surprised that he stuck with it. So we'll see. So turns out this time it was Susan Collins. Count on the rhinos, the rhino factor, okay? So according to this liner, it says that Susan Collins says she's voting against Coney Barrett confirmation to be fair and consistent. The Senate should follow the precedent set 4 years ago and not vote on a nominee prior to the presidential election. So I'll share that screen with you, and then we will round out this. This is a short Moonlight stream, but thanks so much for coming in. Okay, so what we have here before you. See, and I don't want to play any of that. Okay. All right. So according to this, Senator Susan Collins, Republican of Maine, took a veiled shot at her party's leadership in the Senate.
Judge Amy Coney Barrett's.
Sorry about that. Leadership in the Senate on Sunday when she announced that she would be voting against the confirmation of Judge Amy Coney Barrett to the Supreme Court. Now, quote, prior to Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg's death, I stated that should a vacancy on the Supreme Court arise, the Senate should follow the precedent set 4 years ago and not vote on a nominee prior to the presidential election, end quote, Collins said in a statement. She added, quote, because this vote is occurring prior to the election, I will vote against the nomination of Judge Amy Coney Barrett, end quote. Collins noted in her statement that a vote against confirming Coney Barrett to the nation's highest court is not meant as a slight against the jurist, but instead it's a matter of, quote, being fair and consistent, end quote. So, according to this, the main Republican statement appears to directly hit at Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell's stance to move forward with confirming Coney Barrett was just over a week to go before the presidential election. McConnell has drawn widespread criticism from Democrats and been labeled a hypocrite based on the treatment of former President Barack Obama's Supreme Court nominee and DC Circuit Court of Appeals Chief Judge Merrick Garland. So there you have that. So, of course, you guys can go down memory lane a little bit more on that, the backstory on that. But, yeah, so I think these were pretty much just the main points that I wanted to get into. And that kind of brings you up to date because who knows, tomorrow, I think we've had another shooting and some other things that are going on, which we'll see what happens with that. But, yes, and if you're interested in any of that email business, you can check out Tucker Carlson. I think Tucker Carlson did a interview with is it Bobulinski, I believe, and he gives pretty much a tell-all with his interactions or with what contact he's made with Biden since then. So if you're interested in that, you can hop over to see what Tucker Carlson, what he revealed in that interview. But I thank you guys as always for tuning in and hope you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday. Thanks so much for tuning in to this segment of Black Spring with Autumn. And shout out to you, DDog177177. Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys, who knows, today's Wednesday. I normally do my streams on Monday, so who knows? We'll see what happens this week. It could be a flash stream. It could be another Moonlight stream. It could be anything. But I look forward to seeing you guys around in the next live stream, in the comment section, another video, or on the next live stream. Have a great morning.